Hello my superstar squad. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we've got a fantastic story for you. Let's hear it from Madam Gazelle.
Little Red Riding Hood. There was once a little girl who lived with her mom and dad at the edge of the wood. Her dad was a woodcutter and worked in the wood all day long. The little girl had a grandma who lived on the other side of the wood. She adored her little granddaughter and had sewed her a most beautiful cloak with a cozy hood made out of a red velvet. The little girl loved her cloak and wore it all the time, and soon people stopped calling her by her proper name, whatever that was, and started calling her Little Red Riding Hood. One day, her mom asked Red Riding Hood to take a basket full of goodies to Grandma, who was not feeling well. She had a bad cold and had tucked herself up in bed. Little Red Riding Hood put on her red cloak, picked up the basket, and skipped off into the woods. She hadn't gone far when she met a big gray wolf. She thought that he was a dog, and a clever dog at that, because he spoke to her. "Hello, little girl," he said. "Where are you off to on this bright sunny day?" "I'm taking a basket of goodies to my grandma on the other side of the wood," she answered, "because she's in bed, not well, and needs cheering up." "Why don't you pick some flowers for her too?" said the clever wolf. Little Red Riding Hood thought that was a lovely idea, but as soon as she left the path to pick some flowers, the wolf bounded away as fast as he could to Grandma's cottage. He knocked on the door, and when Grandma asked who it was, he answered in a little squeaky voice, "It's me, Grandma, Little Red Riding Hood, with a big surprise for you." "Well, lift up the latch and come in," called Grandma. So the wolf opened the door, leapt across the room, and swallowed Grandma with one great gulp. The sneaky wolf put on one of Grandma's nighties and tied on a bonnet to cover his enormous ears. He snuggled down in bed and pulled the covers up to hide as much of himself as he could. Soon, there was a knock on the door, and the wolf asked who it was in a very croaky voice. "It's me, Grandma, Little Red Riding Hood, with a basket full of goodies to cheer you up." "Then lift up the latch and come in," called the wolf. So Little Red Riding Hood opened the door and peered at Grandma in bed. Inside the cottage was quite dark, especially after the bright sunshine outside. So Little Red Riding Hood couldn't see the wolf at all clearly. "Oh, Grandma," she said, staring hard at her, "what big eyes you have!" "All the better to see you with, my dear," whispered the wolf. "Oh, Grandma," she said, "what long arms you have!" "All the better to hug you with, my dear," said the wolf. "Oh, Grandma," she said, "what big teeth you have!" "All the better to eat you with," roared the wolf. And he jumped out of bed and swallowed her with one gulp. Now, Little Red Riding Hood's dad had finished chopping wood for the day, and he decided to go and see if Grandma was feeling any better, and then take Little Red Riding Hood home again. When he arrived at the cottage, he found not Grandma, but the wolf in bed, and with one sweep of his axe, he chopped off the wicked wolf's head. And would you believe it? Out jumped Grandma and Little Red Riding Hood, a little squashed looking, but none worse for being eaten. The woodcutter left Grandma with her basket full of goodies and her beautiful bunch of flowers, and took Little Red Riding Hood safely home again.